we both earned it, but you got the job and I didn't. And I had to do all this myself. And that's because of our skin color.
For hundreds of years, loads of very talented black people didn't get the job.
Yeah. And that was wrong. And this is wrong.
White men have been must-haves for hundreds of years. So you guys have benefited from being the must-haves, and you haven't had to be very good. You haven't necessarily had to be very good at your job.
I think you're absolutely right? Except I would say that's not me.
I'm not saying you directly. I'm saying the must-haves for hundreds of years have been white men.
Sure, but if we overcorrect for things that have happened for hundreds of years, how can we possibly get that right? All we can really say is today, since we've been alive, we're around the same age, what's going on now? Because I'm not benefiting.
But you say that from a place of privilege because...
Well, hang on, but you're the Sky Sports presenter, and I'm not allowed to sign things in bookshops. I'm not allowed to be in TV and things.
Well, I've earned it. I've earned everything I've got. I mean, someone could be watching this going, "Well, he's pretty privileged. I mean, this is a lovely studio." And
you've earned it because to an extent, because it's the mainstream media. You, like all the others, earned being a pundit via gatekeeper. Somebody had to decide, I'm going to give her a job.
Yeah.
It was decided I couldn't have a job. Now, I did earn it. Like I told you, I went around and learned 5 languages. Mm-hmm. No other presenter's done that. Mm-hmm. Louis Theroux's not gone and done that. I gave up so much of my life to be able to do it. And the success of this YouTube shows I'm obviously quite good at it as well, right?
But,
So I'm saying I earned it as well. We both earned it, but you got the job and I didn't. And I had to do all this myself.
Right, but,
And that's because of our skin color. And yet you're calling me the privileged one.
No, I think there's been many years of privilege, and
there's been
many years of but we can't say that. We have to make sure that we don't repeat the past. We have to make sure that the oppression, frankly, and the racism and the inbuilt institutional things that make certain people oppress certain people and mean that I can't earn my privilege does not happen again. We can't allow that to happen. So the pacts, whether it's laws, whether it's best practice, whether it's just progressive thinking, we have to make sure that the past doesn't, because it sounds a little bit like, you kind of want the past to kind of exist, but like as long as it doesn't go too far the other way, we cannot allow the past to repeat itself because the past was bad. Saying
the past is repeating itself on the other side, as always happens in societies.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. I think, in some instances there is too much of a correction, of course.
That's what I'm trying to get you to say for an hour.
No, but and listen, but what I don't want people to do is say, because of examples of there being an autocorrection and this black person's not very good at the job, that means that we now make that assumption for lots of other black people. That is fundamentally wrong and it's racist.
Unfortunately, it's fundamentally, just the logical conclusion of what you've said. If we have overcorrected, then it means that some white people who were talented didn't get the job and some black people who were talented but not good enough did get the job nonetheless. That's just a fact.
Right, but I could say the same though, and say for hundreds of years, loads of very talented black people didn't get the job.
Yeah, and that was wrong, and this is wrong.
I think it's a necessary correction.